What's up, guys? Got another new video for you. This is Tuned In Sports. Another cursed intro. With that being said, my name is Bryson.
I'm Bennett.
I'm Steve.
I'm done.
And we have coronavirus. No, we're all good over here. We're just getting ready for the Week 10 matchups in the NFL. So if we aren't sick now, we will be by the time Sunday rolls around. So that's always a nice thing.
Always are, motherfucker.
Yep, exactly. So like I said, Week 10 preview. Here we are. All of our teams are in fact playing this week, for better or for worse. And with that being said, let's start with the Detroit Lions. Got a home game against the Washington football team this week.
What you thinking?
You can go ahead and start.
Your
Honor.
Let's get into it. Okay, so, Washington Redskin, football team, my bad. But, as far as the Lions go for this week, I actually got them winning. Think they should beat Washington. I mean, as good as Washington, as in the NFC East picture that Washington is, they're still a crappy team. So, and, Detroit's in a pretty competitive division, and they so far have struggled as well. But I think of the two teams, Detroit's better. So I'm going with Detroit.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. Washington just got a lot of things going on. They've got a quarterback carousel, but not necessarily because they want to, but more so because, they keep on having one guy get injured and then another guy and another guy. I think they probably lost Kyle Allen for the season. I don't know if that was confirmed or not, but from the looks of the injury, it definitely didn't look like he'll be back on the field next week for sure. So I'm going to assume it was probably season ending. Hopefully he's all right, but, unfortunately for this week, I think, in some ways, I think Alex Smith will probably get the start. So, cool to see him back out there. But I'm going with the Lions as well. I just think that the football team just doesn't really have much there, and I think Detroit should win, especially at home. But then again, that hasn't really helped them so far. This will be their first home win.
Yeah, they haven't won a single game at home.
So yeah.
I'm not too optimistic myself.
Yeah, I was going to say Washington football team versus the Lions. Again, this should be one Detroit should win. Everything's pointing in their direction. Just as long as they actually look at the film over Alexis Smith's career and guard all the passes within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see what happens after that. If they don't do that, then it's going to be a long day. But we'll see what they do. Patricia is a defensive genius, and he's shown it. So we'll see what happens. But I totally think, again, if Stafford has a full week of practice and not show up on a COVID list, should be fine. That's on there. So I totally see the Lions winning this one, hopefully by two or more scores. But
yeah, we'll see.
See what happens on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not quite as optimistic as you boys. I don't know. After last week's debacle, it's just a mess right there. Stafford didn't play well. He pretty much looked like garbage. I don't know. The defense is just horrible. We got another guy yapping his lips this week. Adrian Peterson decided he's going to yap his lips and talk about what a mistake that was for Washington to get rid of him. So he's predicting big things for himself, which means he won't see the ball. Patricia will make sure that doesn't happen.
He gets another 8 carries this week.
Yeah, gets 5 carries for 6 yards. I don't know. I think Detroit could win the game for sure. They like you said, they should win this game. If you got any life left in you, you better win this game. Otherwise, I could see Patricia being fired after the game. If they don't win this week. I thought he should have been fired after this past week, but we'll see what happens. I'm just depressed about it. I'm depressed. I'm just totally depressed as a Lions fan. I'm sick of watching this carousel of bullshit. Every year it's the same problems, same things. Nobody fixes anything. New coaches, new GMs. It all doesn't matter. It's always the same problems. And
Would you even say atomic bomb?
No.
I mean, it's ridiculous, and it doesn't really matter. It doesn't fucking matter. They can do whatever they want. It's not gonna matter. That's it.
I think with most companies, they should just wait till wait for Thanksgiving and then let go of their employees. So I think after Thanksgiving game, I think they should just say, "See you, Pat." That way it makes him feel like he's with the regular folk, because that's usually like head count. Like cutting season is usually right around the holidays, which is always choice.
Yep. Yeah. All right.
We'll see.
Let's hopefully they
to the
can
next
hopefully
game.
they can pick up a win though.
Yeah.
That again, like you said, regardless of everything, they should win this game. But hopefully they can get one for the home crowd. Let's move on to the next game. Eagles at Giants. NFC least. Team number 3.
Wait, so it's at Giants this week?
Yes, it's at Giants. First game
Didn't
is in Philly.
the Giants win last week?
Yes.
Yeah, they beat the Redskins, right?
Mhm.
Not the Redskins, but the
football team.
Sorry, I'm just not used to
Jeez.
that yet.
Yeah.
What's that? It's that Florida State in it.
Yeah, I know.
Probably, yeah.
Probably is, because that team's
You're
looking
tribal.
to get
You're-
canceled soon
you're
too,
tribal.
probably. So,
There's too much money in
but-
Seminole.
but anyways, to get into this game, I got the Eagles winning, but I think it will be close. That's for sure.
I don't know. I think the Giants could pull the upset here. I think everybody's thinking the Eagles are just going to walk through them. I don't think so. I think the Eagles should win the game, but I'm not totally convinced they will. I hope they win it for Bryson's sake. But if it's one thing that the NFC East is inconsistent. And every week it's somebody's supposed to win and doesn't. So we'll see what happens.
Exactly.
I'm not sold on the Eagles like everybody else seems to be. All these guys that I talk to, like at work and stuff, think the Eagles are coming back, and whatever. It is what it is at this point. I'd rather be sitting in your shoes than mine, though. At least you got,
A division lead.
At least we got hopes of getting blown in the first round.
I mean, you got playoff hopes, and usually you're pretty solid as an organization. So I'd love to be sitting in your shoes rather than mine.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say the Giants pull the upset.
This is be Steve's last video. Now I get to say it.
Yeah, he'll be overdosing.
If you want to keep watching him, you can tune
he'll-
in to DENT Sports.
He'll be overdosing on his medication tonight.
Yeah. Actually, we'll leave him alone. He goes to enough as a Lions fan, so you'll still see him on the channel.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
gonna be missing Big Lee. So yeah. Let's see. Eagles, Giants, NFC least. Number between 1 and 10.
5.
Number between 1 and 10.
4.
Number
8.
between 1 and 8. Shit. 1 and 20.
15.
1 and 20.
12.
8.
All right, 2-to-1 ratio. Taking the Giants.
Damn it.
That's it. It's all yours.
All right. Well, first things first.
Came out as a tie if you want to know about the first
Yeah.
one. Because somebody said 5 and it was like, ah!
Well, first things first. We're slated to get, if everything goes according to plan, we're supposed to get Miles Sanders back, and Jeffrey will be playing his first game of the season. It's nice to see him doing something other than complaining on Twitter. So, I'm really looking forward to that. But what I will say is that, this is a game that we have to win. mostly because we have 5 non-divisional opponents left, and they ain't easy ones. Most of them have winning records. We got to play, the Cardinals. We got to play the Seattle. We've got to play Cleveland, which won't be easy. As well as I think we might be playing the Buccaneers or the Saints. One of those two, I think. Yeah, Saints. Yeah, we're playing the Saints. So it's just like one of those things where if you want to really have, we need to win the divisional games because outside of the division, it's going to be tough sledding for us. It really is. It's going to be very tough sledding. We're going to be bleeding all over the place, and it's not going to be pretty when we play these non-divisional games. Now, we've been playing a better brand of football from the beginning of the season, and we've been competing against teams that realistically probably should have been blowing us out. So I'm not going to sit here and say that we have zero chance. We beat the Giants, not in pretty fashion, but we beat them the first time. And then we beat the Cowboys. Again, wasn't a pretty game by any means, but it doesn't really matter. We won. That's the only part I remember about it. And so this is another one of those games where one way or another we need to win, and we need to win and just take care of business, because when we get outside the division, we've got a lot of tough opponents left on the schedule. And if we're going to win this division, essentially, I think we can win the division just by winning every other game against a team in the division and be fine. Because honestly, I think the team in second place right now is the Cowboys, and they've lost quite a few games. And then Washington was actually the team that I'm most concerned in terms of winning the division besides us. They're probably the biggest threat outside of us, just looking at how they've played so far. And they lost to the Giants last week. So, again, it's kind of still up in the air. But at this point, I really feel like this is a game, and the rest of the divisional games are ones that we have to have. And so I'm going to go with the Eagles. I'm going to say that they're going to win this game. I don't think that we're going to just blow them out of the water. I think anybody that's, thinking that the Eagles are going to turn around everything and become a serious playoff threat, give me the link to whatever drugs you're taking, and I'll love to take some as well. That ain't happening. Unfortunately, that's not happening. Just be realistic, please. But what I will say is, I think people look at the records and stuff like that, and just, it's easy to look at the record and say, oh, they're just absolute trash. But I don't think we're just trash. No, we haven't played well, and we've lost to a lot of teams, but it's not. Yeah, but there's
it's just recyclables. You're not garbage.
You're not just garbage. You're trash.
But there's a big difference between what the Lions did last week and what we've been doing week to week. We've been competing in these games. We've been winning some of them, and I feel like that is going to bode well moving forward. Like I said, we're still probably going to get eliminated in the first round, but if we win the division, we will get a home game, which helps. And even last year, when I thought we were just going to get trounced by Seattle in the playoffs with a backup quarterback, we legitimately had a chance to win that game. We had the ball in the final couple of minutes with a chance to win, and we just didn't do it. But still, so I really do think that, there's a difference between just being trash and what we are. And like I said, we've competed against some of the better teams in the league. Have we won? No. But I do think that we're a better team than the record would suggest. With that being said, though, we're still not good. But anyways, I'm going to pick us to win this week. I think it'll be a close game, but I think we will win. All right, next game. Denver at Las Vegas Raiders.
Wow. Oh, okay. I'm going Raiders. They're at home. You know, Denver seems to have a problem with not starting early as of recent, and I think that's going to cost them against the Raiders. The Raiders are generally a team that's going to put up 30 on you weekly on offense. So, I don't see the Broncos winning this one.
I look at this game much like I did last week. I think it's important Denver gets off to a good start, doesn't get too far behind. I think Denver's got a chance to win this game. I mean, every one of their games with the Raiders is a field goal, seems like. It comes down to a field goal, or it seems like a lot of games with them two teams. I wouldn't be surprised if it's that way this time. Denver generally has been playing good defense, so I think that'll keep them in the game. Like I said, I think it'll be important that they get off to a little better start this week again than they did last week.
Yeah. I'm going Raiders. They're at home, and I think that they're getting better and better each week, and I think this will be one where they win. I do think Denver will play with them, like they had said, but I think I just don't really have enough faith in the offense to pick them this week. Even though, it's funny that I say that when I was the one that picked the Chiefs a handful of week, picked them against the Chiefs. But, with that being said, I got to go with the Raiders this time.
Yeah, just, again, too many injuries. Lost to Albert O for the season with an ACL tear. So he's gone. So just add another one to the walking wounded.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to get our two corners back maybe this week, so maybe we'll get Callahan and Bouye back. But again, somebody else will go down. We'll replace them, so it really doesn't matter. Offense will start slow. They won't use Lindsey. Just in there, they'll just continue to check the boxes, which they've always been checking. So, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. But it's Raider week, and so I'm picking the Broncos. Woo!
There you go. You heard it here first, folks.
Going 2-0 in Allegiant Stadium.
Hey,
Yeah.
Speaking of another divisional game, let's get into the Bengals at Steelers.
That's not.
I'll let you guys start this one, and then I'll end it kind of like what we've been doing so far.
Well, it depends if Roethlisberger's going to show up in a wheelchair, and they're going to have Rudolph, the red-nosed quarterback. That's going to make a difference. I mean, it's going to make a difference between who's going to start for the Steelers. Steelers will still have enough talent and enough biz on their side that they'll keep them in the game or in the game. Cincinnati, again, is it fool's gold right now? I mean, this is to the point. Are they real or are they not real as far as making that corner? And this will be the game that will show it, because again, you're playing at Pittsburgh, so it's a different vibe, and it'll be a road game. So again, I don't know. I just have a feeling that they'll cortisone shot or do whatever the hell they need to do to get Roethlisberger up and standing, and then like you said, they'll somehow pull it out by a field goal or something weird will happen.
So, Steelers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The last time that the Bengals beat the Steelers was a number of seasons ago.
Chris Collinsworth, the guy. He's on the team.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Yeah. So, I think that, unfortunately, I said when the Bengals played against the Ravens for the first time that I was super, super excited for the game, because I thought it was going to be interesting to see how they matched up. And then the Bengals went out there and got toasted. I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case this time. I'm going to say again that, I'm excited to watch this game. I'm sorry in advance. If it ends up being like last time, I don't think it will be like last time, especially if Big Ben doesn't play. But even if he does, I feel like he hasn't been playing a great all year. I mean, obviously they're undefeated, so he can't be playing that bad.
Yeah.
But I was expecting him to be a little bit better than he has. but he also has an extremely good team around him, a good coaching staff, reliable field goal kickers, and I mean, just special teams doesn't generally cost them. If anything, that's a strength of theirs because they got, explosive people on returning balls and stuff. So I think the Steelers are just an overall better team, and so I have to go with the Steelers. I don't think that the Bengals are going to break the streak this time, unfortunately.
No, I mean, there's no question the Steelers are the better team here. Steelers are, whatever their record is, 9-0 or 8-0 for a reason. I mean, they're not beating themselves. They're not turning the ball over. They're not doing the stupid things that cause you to lose. However, I do think the Bengals offensively can create some issues for them. If they can establish the running game and get that going, then that's going to open up a lot of doors for Burrow to have a nice day. I would fully expect the Bengals to be in the game. I'm with you guys as far as I don't think they're probably going to end up winning this game, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if it isn't, tight at the end of the game, where it's going to come down to,
One last thing that I wanted to mention about this game before we toss it over to the Bengal fan on the end there is that the Bengals generally have a difficult time in terms of run defense, and the Pittsburgh has, I think their offensive line is okay, isn't it? Yeah, it's all right. I mean,
It's not great.
it's not a world beater. No,
I mean, you almost lose to Dallas. So
yeah.
That tells you something right there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But, I mean, I think Pittsburgh's offensive line and the running game is going to have a monster day. And that's also why I think that even if Ben doesn't play, I think that the Bengals could have a hard time winning this game just because I think the running game for Pittsburgh is probably going to get 150 yards plus against the defense. So, we'll see.
Well, last week we held Henry to only 112 yards, and
Last week he sat on the couch.
Well, yeah, not last week, but the week before that we held Henry to 112 yards, and he's probably the best back in the league. So, you know what? I'm feeling pretty optimistic. I feel like, if the Cowboys can play with the Steelers, we definitely can. I don't think we're a better team. We're a worse team than the Cowboys by any means. So, you know what? I don't think we're going to win, but we're going to be in it. And that's going to come down to the final drive, I think. So, but I would not be surprised at all if we ended up pulling off a win this week. I'm being honest. I'm feeling optimistic.
You've been watching too much American Idol, dog? Remember highlights? You want it to win it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Randy Jackson.
I'm picking the Steelers to win it, but I think I would not be surprised at all if we were to win it.
I think it's the same with everybody. I said 3 points. Steve said it's going to be a game. I think everybody's saying it's not going to be just like a cakewalk.
No.
Everybody was.
Last week, the last game they won, which was against the Titans,
Tennessee.
That was a huge win for this team. That's a very good football team they beat, and they could easily come and upset this team. They really well could.
Hey, what better week to do it than knocking off an undefeated streak? What better way to do it than coming in there and upsetting the Steelers when they're undefeated?
Yeah,
that would be
we'll see.
That would be legit.
That would be a
see.
dream, but problem is
We'll
you
see.
might be dreaming. But we'll see.
That's the problem.
I
It's
hope.
a dream.
Well, yeah. But hey, listen. I hope it happens. I would love to see the Bengals win this week.
The Bengals are gonna, The Bengals are gonna be a team that nobody's gonna want to see later on.
Yeah.
If they start winning some games like this, because all of a sudden, it's probably a little too late for them to make any type of a playoff push. But, nobody's going to want to be seeing them towards the end of the season when they need to win a game to get to the playoffs. Because they're going to start rolling. I think.
If you're like us,
Yeah.
we'll need to get in. Oh yeah, okay, we'll lose
Yeah, we need to win this game to get in, and then we'll lose it.
The Bengals are usually a team that you can say, oh, yeah, this is a win on our schedule. We don't have to worry about that game. Well, now you do.
Well, I mean, to me, I look at the Bengals the same way that he was looking at the point that he made about the Eagles earlier. I don't think they're as bad as their record suggests. So, I mean, they've been in almost every game. The only one that they weren't in was the one against the Ravens. And I think everybody was predicting that they wouldn't be in that game in the first place.
Yeah.
So,
no, the Bengals are making strides. There's no question about it.
So,
I really hope that they don't have another Ravens performance. Like I said, I don't think that they will, but I also didn't think they'd have that against the Ravens. I thought they had a chance to win that game. But I think just, again, like you said, even if you don't win, I just like to see them, if they give them a good game and play them tough, I think that says a lot about where the team is at. Mm-hmm. If they just get plowed, I mean, like Don said earlier, I think this is really going to be maybe a season-defining game for them on where are they at. Are they legit like, hey, we're moving places, or are they going to get blown out anytime they play the Steelers and the Ravens? I don't know.
What's your potential?
Exactly.
Yeah. Nonetheless, I'm really excited to watch this game, and I'm interested to see how Burrow's going to play against that Steelers defense.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that it's at the 1:30 slot when it's both teams are in the East, though. I mean, I don't know. Usually those.
I don't know. I can't remember what was on the schedule. I mean, if it's.
Well, they were originally supposed to be an early game.
A whole bunch of garbage. And,
yeah. Well, yeah, that's true.
Who knows if that's with it? So.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens. But like I said, I don't mind seeing Pittsburgh fans crying their terrible towels. It's fine with me.
Exactly. Yeah, so it'll be interesting, like we said, to see what happens. Hopefully, come Sunday night or Monday morning, depending on when the review is actually put out, when you guys will be watching it. Hopefully, we'll see 4 happy people sitting here and not a bunch of people, wondering what kind of crack they were smoking on, the week before in the preview.
You know what? I mean, it wouldn't. It really wouldn't be any different than any other time we played the Steelers if we end up losing the game. So, hopefully they can get a win.
Yeah.
No, I mean that one definitely looks like the best of the AFC games.
Mm-hmm.
In the afternoon, so that's probably the reason why they moved it, because they probably looked and said, "Man, we don't have anything for the afternoon games."
No. Yep. So, exactly.
Let's go ahead and throw the Steelers on the afternoon game so everybody watches them.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's going to go ahead and do it for this video. This has been the Week 10 NFL preview. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Make sure you check out DENT Sports for Denver and Detroit sports news, as well as the Quip Joint down there for, Quippers news, obviously. So with that being said, my name's Bryson.
I'm Bennett.
I'm Steve.
Don.
See you guys in the next video.